All right, back in the field house here with Coach Rob. Coach, last week you guys took on rival Glencoe. You knew the whole communities and both communities would be out. You knew it was going to be an intense game. They're much improved this year. You guys were able to get in there and take care of business and get the W. But just take us back to last week in that all-important game.
Yeah, well, first of all, Coach has done a really good job at Glencoe. He's got their kids believing they're going to win and had played well, coming in 3-1. Playing good football, and I was really worried, as I told you last week. But our kids had probably the best week of practice we've had here in a while. I knew they were really focused, and give our kids credit. And we came out and got a couple big plays out of Bryce early, and got ahead and pretty much controlled the game. So give our kids credit.
Coach, how important is it for you guys to have something like that happen early? The way your style is, you kind of like an anaconda, you kind of squeeze on people if you get up on them.
Yeah, well, maybe so. We've had a lot of explosive plays this year. Obviously, most of them come from Bryce, but it is, probably does help us a little bit. We haven't been behind. We got behind Southside and came back, but it does help me playing our style of ball. We completed some passes. I knew we'd probably have to because they put 9 and 10 in the box, so we completed a couple of passes, I think, let them realize that we can throw when we need to. But it was important to get ahead. And defensively, we played tremendous. They scored 21 points, but one was off the second team, one was a kick return, one was a pulled fumble out on a kick return, which I'm a special team coach. I fired myself this week, but I rehired me because nobody else wants to do it. But defensively, we played really well our first D. And I know I said, well, they still scored, but I'm just saying on our defensive side, Coach Sexton and Coach Morgan, Coach B-Rob, and Coach Edge did a tremendous job on defense. But offensively, we controlled the game, our guys up front, and like I said, Bryce was able to make a couple big plays. And our tailback, Brenton Hale, had 130 yards, a couple of touchdowns, ran really physical. So really pretty much dominated on our front offensive and defensive lines.
That's the key to winning football games. And Coach, I'm going to ask you something. The state of this region is incredible. I mean, Asheville's 4-1. I'm telling you right now, White Plains is much improved. You know what I mean? Etowah's much better than their record is. They've played everybody tight. There ain't no room to breathe.
No, they're not.
About this region, I mean, y'all are about to go into another game of a team that's coming down from 5A year before and has been rolling Alexandria, who only lost by a few points at Anniston.
Yes,
but it's just a testament to
it. It is. There are going to be a couple of teams in this region that are playoff teams that will not go. And we might be one of them. Went through that a few years ago when we were 4A, even 3A a couple of years where we were the fifth place team. Actually, 2 of those 4 years we lost tiebreakers. But the other teams, one year we had 4 3A teams, I think, went to the quarterfinals or whatever. But a lot like that. Anniston's got a tremendous team, talented. Alexandria probably on watching the film could have, should have beat Anniston. Cherokee County still Cherokee County, but yeah, White Plains we've played. I don't want to play them again. We got away with 35-28 win, so you just go on down like Etowah gave us a run for our money till second half. I think our depth took over, but we got Asheville and Aniana coming up, and both those teams are much improved. They've got really good players. I've seen them both on film, so it's just 1 week at a time. It may come down to tiebreakers, who beat who, win, and all of that. So we're just hoping that we can continue to stay healthy, Bo. That's the key right now. Our depth is limited this year, especially up front. We already lost one of our best players in Drew McCarver, so we don't really need to lose anyone else. But yeah, you're right, Bo. This is SEC Central, I like to call it. And you're just going to have to take them one at a time.
I don't know if I'm going to go to Vegas with you, Coach, because when y'all the last couple of years, y'all dropped the 3A up in there with P. Well,
you know what? My coach, yes, sir.
When they all were rolling.
They were, and now I don't want to tell you who's good and who's not, but 3A is a little weak right now.
Yeah.
They are.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. We used to play Sax, and they had D1 prospects. We played Ohatchee, D1 prospects.
Yep.
We played Wellbud, Coach Smith over there, D1 prospects. His son, especially when he played. And J.B. Pennington's, down a little bit. But Glencoe's a little better, and Glencoe's got a really good chance to have a super year record-wise. But you don't really get to pick who you play. You get put there.
That's correct.
And sometimes it's just good. And we've had some breaks on scheduling, but it seems like the last 10 years we've had a pretty tough time. But it is what it is. But our kids, I don't make excuses about it. You know me. I don't. We play. If they put us in 4A, we got to play. But there's a big difference in 4A and 3A this year. Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
A couple questions. I'll shut it down. When you turn on the film at Alexandria, what have you seen from them?
Speed. Coach Ginn does a great job in using that speed too. He puts them in places that in space. It's something we've had some trouble with. We did a pretty good job last week. Glencoe spread us out, but Alexandria's at a different level than Glencoe. A lot of speed, not just one guy, two guys. They got 3 or 4 guys that can run. Defensively, they play aggressive, hard-nosed. They gamble sometimes, but so we're going to have to try to control the ball as much as we can. Just play Hokes Bluff football, like you mentioned earlier.
Absolutely, and always before I shut it down, always kick it back to you for final thoughts.
Well, I was really proud of the guys last week. I want to go back and I'm gonna shut up about last week. Anytime with their 10th win straight against Glencoe. But they're on their way up. I know that they've got some really young players, but I was really proud of the focus of our guys. They didn't let the emotion of the game dictate how they played. They used their emotion to win the game instead of letting it get in the way. And I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you worry about them being too keyed up. But I thought we kept our poise. Of course, Bryce is very level-headed, and he's our leader. But I'm really proud of the guys, the way they accepted the game as far as being a rival game. But we got to play the game, but we got a rough road, Bo. We got 5 tough games left, 4 area games, and like I said earlier, we got to stay healthy and just take them one at a time.
Absolutely. Coach, appreciate you sitting in with us, and good luck to you on Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.